Salina Regional Health Center is committed to providing care closer to home throughout north central Kansas through outreach clinics. Hi, I'm Julie Getz, Director of Business Development and Physician Recruitment at Salina Regional Health Center.
Well, Julie, thank you so much for being on the show. Salina Regional has regional in its name for a reason, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about today.
So as you mentioned, Salina Regional, part of our mission is to provide healthcare services throughout north central Kansas. And part of that is having outreach clinics through our specialty providers. Currently we have 13 specialists throughout 19 communities in north central Kansas that are providing care for patients in those communities closer to home. If there are ways that we can bring specialty care to those patients so they don't have to travel, take off as much time to work, those are the things that we try to do.
So what type of care are they doing? I'm assuming it's going to be some follow-up visits. It's probably an ideal thing for seeing the patient locally, right?
So depending on the specialty, it could be follow-up visits, it could be consultations, post-op visits. In some locations, our surgeons do some procedures. So like our general surgeons, they do some colonoscopies in their outreach clinics. Our orthopedic surgeon does some minor procedures, and some of our other specialists do some minor procedures as well. It really just depends on the location and the availability of the types of equipment and things that they have, but our goal is to do as much as we can locally as possible in those communities.
I think this goes along pretty well with our virtual healthcare as well.
Correct. Anything that we can do to provide better access to care to our patients, so whether that's a virtual visit so the patient doesn't have to travel to Salina for that follow-up appointment, or if we can go to those communities specifically to have those visits, that's our goal, is to make sure that we can provide care easily and very accessibly as much as possible to patients.
Okay, so the patient's primary care physicians would kind of know, which physicians go where, and so they can actually kind of work that out through their primary care physician, correct?
So the primary care physicians in those locations would know, but we do ask that those appointments are made through our offices at Salina Regional, through the specialty offices, so we know, the days and the times and locations where all of those surgeons go, or, medical specialists go, so we can make sure that we're scheduling them as soon as possible in those outreach locations.
Julie, I know you can't list them all here, but is there a location on the website where people can find out where the outreach clinics are?
Yes, if patients want to go to srhc.com and then services and then outreach clinics, there's a list of all of the specialists and the locations where they go, as well as their contact information.
Okay, thank you so much for being on the show. And thank you for watching. For more information, visit srhc.com, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.